is almost over. We are just days away from 2K Day and the launch of NBA 2K21.
And if you can't wait, you can get early access to the NBA 2K21 demo right now. Here's how you get started.
Downtown Indianapolis moving at warp speed in this time-lapse footage. We're in the basketball hotbed of Indiana. Hi and welcome everyone here on 2K Sports. Can't wait to get some NBA action going. DA, it's all yours.
Well, Victor Oladipo.
You better believe it. Outstanding, David. Thank you. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Brogdon.
And he's not passing the ball as well this month. If you look at his numbers from earlier in the season, he's not seeing the court as well. It may be a little too focused on creating his own shot than orchestrating for the guys around him.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Pacers, Warren and Turner at the 4 and 5. Then there's Oladipo. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. And it's Holiday in at the 2 spot. The shot by Brogdon, no good. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. Hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
4 on the shot clock. That's a 2 from Paul. It's rebounded by Indiana. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Yeah, you know they wanted a few of those plays back. What a tough way to go out in that one.
Yeah, really a game that they should not have lost, but sometimes even when you play your best, it might not be good enough.
And a player who flew under the radar last year, Malcolm Brogdon. Pacers wanted to add him over the summer, got a hefty deal from Indiana to leave the Bucks. Exactly the kind of player that the Pacers need.
And the Pacers can't get it to go. Now the Thunder with it, this game coming after a loss against the Jazz. Here's Gallinari. There's the 3. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Now, Gallinari at that size can do a little bit of everything, and I like to see him dishing the rock.
It's Oladipo on the wing. Pass to Warren. Indiana moving the ball around. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That's his first foul.
And you can see he just didn't get squared up with his feet.
Here's Oladipo. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Boston. Passes it to Brogdon. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Count that bucket.
Well, that's a healthy make there after missing their first 4 shots. 1 of 5, not what they wanted, but they're on the board.
Now the pass to Gallinari. Kicks it out to Paul. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. No good on the triple. The Pacers have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. And it's blocked. And he gets it back. Shoots a fader. Outside Holiday. For 3, Brogdon. From beyond the arc and then some. Brogdon's got 5 points so far.
This is a good sign here. Brogdon, under duress, still comes through.
It's deflected. Deflects the pass. And that'll be Indiana as it goes out of bounds. Pacers retain possession.
I'll tell you what, they're really fortunate there. Those long bomb passes usually spell disaster, but they get away with one there.
McDermott's checked in for Aaron Holiday. Noel's checked in for the Thunder. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Paul. Brogdon the pass to McDermott. Back to Brogdon. Shoots over Schroeder. And that one hits back iron.
The D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
1:57 left to play here in the first. Inside, Adams. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's going to be on Miles Turner.
Well, that's a guy out there in Steven Adams that you just have to pay attention to. Every night he's going to bang around the opposing big guys and be a threat around the rim to score and pick up offensive rebounds.
Terrence Ferguson's checked in for Oklahoma City. Diallo comes in for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Holiday finds McConnell. 1:39 left to play in the first. Has to be Bitadze. Shot clock at 5. Unloads from 9. And the Pacers can't get it to go. And with Adams on the offensive glass, he is impossible to move.
Well, that's a big reason why a couple years ago, Kevin, he grabbed more offensive rebounds than defensive rebounds. So you know he's going to live in the paint.
And Holiday kicks to McConnell. We've got 1:08 left in the first quarter. Here's McDermott. And the Pacers can't get it to go. The Thunder leading by 3. Here's Ferguson. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And you're not going to pass up that kind of.
Holiday, the pass to McDermott. Here's McConnell. And he overshot that one, missing. We'll see if they want to trade 2 for 1 here.
Got to time up that clock to do so.
It's Schroeder with the drive. And Adams with the slam.
And this is right around the time when one team might start to pull away.
Yeah, this team is looking to add to the lead, trying to put the other team away, and threatening here.
McConnell kicks to Holiday. Will it go? It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Schroeder. And the last second attempt doesn't fall. And that does it. Chris Paul, an elite defensive player, a student of the game.
The steals thing is just something.
You hear about the importance of watching film, Greg. It reveals itself in many ways.
And learning guys' habits. What they like to do gives him a knack for when to go after steals without hurting his team.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And for the Thunder guys, what stands out to you so far?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
It felt like they knew that there were openings in transition and just wanted to keep trying to feed that, get out quick.
They've got McDermott and it's Sampson in at the small forward. So that's the group out there for Indiana. And that one's good. Schroeder. In player development, Brent, what are some of the primary things that can be taught?
I think in today's game, what a lot of PD coaches are looking at, Kevin, is just decision-making, playing out of the pick and roll and coming off into a spot where you're making the correct reads. It's much like, and you cover a lot of football, where you can talk to quarterbacks about their checkdowns.
Yes.
I think you can teach guys how it is that when they come off a screen, what's going to be available to them, and paint pictures for them so that when they're on the floor, they become second nature in terms of their decision-making. That can be huge. And then the second thing is always player development, working on confidence in shooting the basketball. You just want guys to feel like whatever shot they're taking, they've got a great chance to make it.
And Noel kicks it over to Schroeder. Robertson, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Now, Robertson's activity down there and the long arms stretch out to help collect a second chance opportunity.
Here's Sumner. Passes it to Bitadze. Outside Holiday. And there's the pass to Sampson. Pulls it up. That shot misses. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Here's Ferguson. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. Then for the Thunder, Gallinari, he's checked in for Nerlens Noel. Gilgeous-Alexander comes in for Robertson. And Paul subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Pass to Turner. The kick out to Holiday. No good on the three. The Thunder leading by 8. To the middle. Here's Muscala. Good, and Paul gets the assist.
This is why you love Chris Paul running your offense. Just move without the ball, find some space, and the ball will find you.
Holiday, the pass to Warren. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Now, here's Brogdon. He has 5. Here's Oladipo, and finished off by Oladipo.
Pretty good awareness there from Malcolm Brogdon, capable of spotting the open teammate on that side of the ball.
Here's Paul. 8-point game. And truly some significant roster changes for the Pacers this past summer.
Jeremy Lamb, Malcolm Brogdon, T.J. Warren. They've gotten younger and gotten better as well, if you ask me. Excellent work by the Pacers front office.
Deceptive speed from Paul there. You never know what he's going to do.
Holiday finds Brogdon. To the inside. Here's Turner. The kick out to Holiday. Pass to Brogdon. Feeds to Turner. Over Gallinari. The shot by Turner, no good.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
All against Brogdon. Takes a shot at the elbow, and it's sent back by Turner. Ferguson's shot is good.
As the game has gone along, they've gotten more and more aggressive on the backboard.
Here's Oladipo, and a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Brogdon's got 3 assists tonight.
Shooting it with more confidence now. Look at his face. He didn't look quite right in the opening minutes. Finding it now.
Passes to Gilgeous-Alexander. Kicks it out to Paul. Again, the miss by Paul.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Warren, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line.
Warren is so hungry to score every night that he's going to draw the attention of most defenses. Such a tough cover.
T.J. McConnell, he's checked in for the Pacers. So he gets them both. And Adams has got the ball here for Oklahoma City. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Paul dishes to Gallinari. Yep, it counts. Gallinari's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, so much deceptiveness about Chris Paul's game that he doesn't know how to guard him right now in the pick and roll.
Turner finds Oladipo. Back to Turner. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Now, that play never gets old, Kevin. The pick and roll will still be an offensive staple 100 years from now. Trust me.
And so that brings the first half to a close.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Oklahoma City has the edge here at halftime. They have a 9-point lead. And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the... That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter, just about ready to begin.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Taking a look at the Thunder. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul. And it's Dort in at the 3 slot. Adams, the pass to Dort. Paul with the ball. Brogdon picks him up. There's the lob to Oladipo. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Such great timing from Oladipo on the weak side to find that alley-oop. Great communication there.
You talk about the quiet producers in the league. T.J. Warren is one of the first names that come to mind.
The last few seasons, Warren has come close to chipping in 20 points a game. Doesn't do anything flashy, but he just hits his shots and piles up the points on a nightly basis.
And it's Paul missing.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Here's Holiday. Misses the layup. He had him with that pump fake.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
And that one is good. Gallinari's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Still the traditional play of Chris Paul as the point guard, that pass-first DNA. Amazing what he's done when you think back through his entire career.
Holiday, the pass to Turner. 6 on the shot clock. Oladipo for 3. Gallinari with the rebound. The Thunder leading by 9. Paul dishes to Gallinari. Back to Paul. Stolen by Brogdon. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's Warren. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
Oladipo playing a couple years at point guard in Orlando when he started his career, showing off his passing ability there.
Paul surveying the floor. Left side, Adams. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And you look at the way Steven Adams has developed his offense the last few years. It's been a huge boost for this team. He has always been a great defender, but now he is an important cog on this team in terms of scoring.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. The Thunder also changing it up. Nerlens Noel checks in for Gallinari. Robertson comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Paul. And with Adams in his offense, you forget how young he is.
And big men, sometimes they just take a little longer to find their path in the NBA. And Adams has certainly found his. I remember him being in mostly to screen and rebound when he was a rookie, but look how far his game has come.
Boom, he jams it straight down.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. 1:52 left here in the third quarter. Schroeder outside. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Well, not known as an outside shooter, he's definitely working on his three-point accuracy.
The pass to McDermott. Here's Sampson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Pass to McDermott. Indiana needs to get a shot off. There's Bitadze. Kicks to Sampson. Indiana moving the ball around. Pass to Sumner. To the wing right side. Goes back up. Sampson's shot is off.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Dort passes to Noel. Now Schroeder. There's 48 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Set it up with the fake, but it's offline. Puts it up from 12. Out of hand on it. And that's out of bounds. Indiana will retain possession. Turner inside, defended by Robertson. Just 5 on the clock. Leave kicks to Holiday. Misses the 3. The Thunder leading by 11. Now Schroeder. 8 points for him. Muscala, the pass to Schroeder. Now Diallo, guarded by Holiday. No good from outside. On its way from Oladipo, and he hits the buzzer beater.
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock.
The third quarter comes to a close. Thunder lead by 9. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our fourth quarter coming up next. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Sometimes that's what can separate some of the best players, not just creating for yourself, but creating for others as well.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this fourth and final quarter. Warren and Turner at the 4 and 5. It's T.J. McConnell. Then there's Victor Oladipo. And it's Holiday in at the 2-guard spot. That's the Pacers 5.
And they continue to control the glass.
Here's Paul. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Well, there's more he could have done in this game for sure, but it hasn't kept them from pulling ahead.
Oladipo misses.
That's not going to make you a favorite target of your teammates. They'll think twice about feeding you if you're going to keep missing layups.
Now here's Diallo. Not a lot of room. He kicks it to Muscala. Out of bounds. Indiana takes possession.
Looked like a simple play and turned into a turnover. Can't give away possessions like that.
And the Thunder making a change here. Gilgeous Alexander's checked in. McConnell passes to Warren. Now here's McConnell, defended by Paul. Pass to Oladipo. All sorts of time. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Oladipo. And a look now at the Thunder's upcoming schedule. On Friday, they'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Then on Sunday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards.
And looking at this stretch for them, I think they should have no problem dispatching most of their opponents if they can avoid that pitfall of playing down to the level of the competition. But that's easier said than done.
Oladipo, good.
Yeah, it's that guy again, Victor Oladipo, just getting it done. Looks like he's going to have a huge night.
Paul kicks to Diallo. Now here's Paul. Tight defense on him, and the shot goes down. And the Thunder lead by 9.
Yeah, quick trigger. And from that range, if he senses the defenders have backed off, forget about it.
Warren finds McConnell. Here's Oladipo. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Muscala's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
No doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Brett, so many guys are now shooting from well beyond the arc. Who do you think has the deepest range in the league?
I think Steph Curry has the most consistent, deepest range. He is
Lillard is in that category.
Lillard is in there, and of course last year's playoff win will never go away in terms of what a great memory that was. Trae Young is now entering that category.
Yeah,
I mean, we saw that at the end of last year. His fearlessness in pulling up from just about anywhere has been pretty remarkable. And to that, I will add one Brook Lopez, who has found his way well beyond the three-point line.
He's a whole nother conversation.
We'll talk about him later.
We'll do that. Well, we're now on the back end of what has been, Greg, an incredible career for Chris Paul. He's no longer the undisputed best point guard in the game, but still a top talent.
And Chris Paul might not be the best point guard, but any team would be happy to have him. His efficiency and playmaking aren't going away anytime soon. And even though he's never been an overly athletic player, that aspect of his game still is strong as ever.
20 feet out. It's rebounded by Indiana. 1:31 left to play in the final quarter. A 3 from Warren. Paul with the defensive effort. Oklahoma City leading by 12. Lets it fly. That one, no good. Good D by Brogdon. And out of bounds as the Pacers gain possession. Here's Brogdon.
No question as to which team gave the better effort tonight. A dominant performance and an outstanding win for the Thunder.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
Yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open deep, he'd get a good shot at the basket. Didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
And this will make it 41 victories for them on the year.
And it looks like they're going to spare themselves the embarrassment of being swept in the season series by winning this last one.
And you know, guys, what a nice performance it was for Chris Paul.
Yeah, it felt like there was more than one of them out there tonight. He was involved on every possession, and he made his presence felt in so many ways.
And even after 2 offensive rebounds, they just can't get the lid off.
And McDermott is such a fearless scorer. You saw that in college, and can be a sniper at times. And in games where he gets engaged offensively, he becomes so much more dangerous. It's good for teammates to look for him once you see a couple Dougie McBuckets baskets go in.
And Adams has got the ball here for the Thunder. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. Schroeder up top. He's covered by McConnell. Got a piece of it, but he recovers it. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Schroeder. Kept alive. Baisley. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
But the truth is they've had control of this game.
Yeah, looks like a veteran team tonight, getting out on the road, playing with assertiveness, confidence.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks.
Once you pick your jumper, it's time to join the Clippers and test your build in a game against the Milwaukee Bucks.
Yes, and it's MyPlayer picking up the assist.
And if you're not feeling one of your builds, you have the ability to make 6 total builds and play 1 test game for each one. In the NBA 2K21 demo, you can...
There was no mistaking the Thunder as they got off the bus. Only one. We are...
Well, guys,
doing it all, DA. Thanks. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort in at the 3 spot. And for the Suns, Rubio and Booker. They're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Ayton. And it's Bridges in at the small forward. Now, here's Rubio. We're looking forward to the center matchup tonight, Doris. What do you expect to see from these guys inside?
Well, I think there's a requisite physicality in there, certainly. At the same time, there are greater demands on big men, Kevin, than we have ever seen before. Yes, they have to be rim protectors. Yes, they have to control the paint. But now those bigs are asked to defend in space, to guard on the perimeter. Kevin, you know this. That's a tall task.
Now, here's Bridges, following the shot by Chris Paul. Shot from 12. Second chance shot. Ayton, the pass to Bridges. Back to Ayton. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Pass to Adams. And Adams with the slam.
Make no mistake, an intimidating 7-footer. Steven Adams gets the space he needs and finishes with ease.
Here's Rubio. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. They went to Phoenix for their last meeting with the Suns and came out with a win.
A really close game between these two in that last matchup. It took a total team effort for them to get the win.
Yeah, I don't think they win without the productivity they got from their bench. That made the difference.
Now Rubio, following Chris Paul's 3-point attempt.
I tell you, the jumper might not be the prettiest of pictures, but the offensive spacing improves dramatically when Rubio hits it.
Paul dishes to Gallinari, and it goes down 2 points.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
For Phoenix, they've gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Here's Booker. Ayton trying to break free. No good from Booker. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Adams' shot is off.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
Doris, what has impressed me about Booker is that he's put up great numbers despite not having a lot of franchise stability at the start of his career.
No doubt, Kevin. For Devin Booker, his first 4 seasons, he had 4 different head coaches. That doesn't even start to touch the roster turnover he's dealt with. Through everything he's faced, he has produced on the offensive end. You love this guy's upside.
And there's the call on Devin Booker. That's his first foul. So for the Suns, Aaron Baines, he's checked in for DeAndre Ayton. Sharge comes in for Johnson. And it's Carter in for Ricky Rubio. Now here's Schroeder. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Utah.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist total show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
Gilgeous-Alexander with it. He's guarded by Booker.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And it's Carter missing. Oklahoma City leading by 4. Now the pass to Muscala. Kicks it out to Schroeder. 3-pointer. Still looking for his first make after that miss. He's 0 for 2. Booker with no one around drains the 3-pointer.
Back his size, Dario Saric can see the floor, and he knows how to put it on time and on target.
Here's Noel. Dishes it to Muscala. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. Let's use this break to look at the teams that over the past month have been tremendous at converting turnovers into points. The Suns third.
And you always like to see aggressive defense. And then when you can convert mistakes into points offensively, that's a big key.
Terrence Ferguson's checked in for the Thunder. Diallo comes in for Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Carter outside. It's stolen by Schroeder. Pushing it up. Ferguson kicks it over to Schroeder. Here's Muscala. Here's Noel. And good that time.
And honestly, you hope for more of this from Nerlens Noel moving forward. This guy must develop his interior game.
And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
I think the player most closely identified with the Phoenix Suns the last 3 years, obviously Devin Booker. You know, here's a guy who averaged well over 20 points. He can beat you with the pass as well. He's the piece that gives this team great hope for the future.
Now here's Schroeder. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Inside from 10 feet out. Jerome with the rebound.
Listen, simply put, he's got to finish that. It's not like the defender was right on top of him.
It's stolen by Muscala. Now here's Noel. Guarded closely. Passes it to Diallo. And that one released in time, but no good. And we reach the end of the first. Welcome back, everyone, to the second quarter of play here on Noche Latina. Falanos. What stands out to you from Oklahoma City in this one?
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
I think across the board, a number of guys who've done a great job guarding multiple positions.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So the Thunder 5 right now. They've got Noel. Ferguson out there with Mike Muscala. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Robertson in at the 2-guard spot.
Wow, look at the way the big man Noel set up his guys. Puts the pass in the perfect position. Easy shot.
Now here's Saric. Defense is right there. Clock at 6. Carter the pass to Jerome. The 3. The Thunder pull it in. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, over the last 3 years, there's been a lot of talk about seeding playoff teams 1 through 16, regardless of conference. Now, taking the top 16 teams is a tough sell, especially for owners whose teams are in the relatively weaker Eastern Conference. Taking 8 teams from each conference and then cross-seeding earlier than the finals is something that does seem possible down the road. The reward for fans might be a finals matchup with the 2 best teams in the league. Kevin?
Interesting ideas, David. Thank you. So both teams making some changes here. No doubt passing is a premium for this team game of the NBA. We love the individual star power, but it is a team game. Are there any playmakers out there that don't get, Doris, you think, enough credit for all that they do for their team?
Well, the first guy that comes to mind is a man that Steve Kerr described as probably the smartest single basketball player he has ever been around, and that's Andre Iguodala. The numbers in terms of his scoring, obviously not eye-popping, but his incredible defense and then his elite passing skills have been so critical to so many championship teams.
Here's Adams after the Suns pick up 2. And Noel throws it down.
At his size, you simply cannot give up that kind of deep positioning to Nerlens Noel.
Johnson finds Rubio. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And Adams has got the ball here for the Thunder. Paul passes to Dort. Adams wide open. Count it from 12. And the Thunder lead by 4.
And they're passing the ball very crisply here.
Booker dishes to Rubio. Booker up top, defended by Robertson. The drive by Booker, and he gets it to go. Booker's got 5 now.
Well, the sneaky first step of Booker, not a speedster by any means, but still a handful on that drive.
Pass to Rubio from the arc. It's hauled in by Adams.
And after nailing a three-pointer in the first quarter, he has yet to connect here in the second.
And Dort gets it to go.
And you gotta love how Paul sees the whole court so well. Maybe the best quality for a point guard to have.
Well, the Thunder begin on the defensive end of the floor. This is a team whose formula is to force a ton of turnovers, come up with steals, get out in transition. Last year, 4th in the league in defensive rating.
And there it is for him. That's 7 points for Devin Booker.
A tough start scoring the basketball, but they're starting to turn it around now.
2 points. That one goes.
Kev, just great instincts. He knows what to do when he gets near the rim. Love to watch this guy work.
And for the Thunder defense, Doris, it starts with their rebounding.
Well, you have to begin with their strong interior defense. That lets their wings get out and pressure and take some chances. Defense has turned into a killer for this team. I'll tell you, he's having his way right now in the second period. Forget the first quarter. Let's get to work.
A 3 ball. No good. And the Thunder going the other way now. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz. And Adams kicks to Robertson. Now here's Paul. He's guarded by Kaminsky. Paul passes to Noel. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot from about 19 feet. Adams' shot is off.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
Back to Johnson. Pass to Kaminsky. Chalk up 2 there. Kaminsky's got 4 points in the quarter.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
Nice defense by Rubio, making an effort to frustrate his man.
Thank you, David, for that interview. And we'll see you back here after the break for third quarter basketball.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. A competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. At the end of the period, they held a 4. And that's...
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been fairly even so far. You gotta like what Devin Booker is doing in this one.
And even with the defense shading towards him on every trip down, he still finds a way to come up big.
Well, he knows they're coming for him, but he's accustomed to that kind of attention, and he's quite comfortable dealing with it.
Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Johnson is out there with Bridges, and it's Ayton in at the 5 down low. That's the 5 to begin the second half for Montegoyens. Suns trail by 5.
Well, there are very few scorers in the NBA who are as explosive as Devin Booker. Boy, when this guy finds his rhythm, he can take over a game from just about any part of the floor, and there's nothing the defense can do about it.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
And the pass to Dort. Second half rolling along now. About a minute play here.
Outstanding shot blocker. DeAndre Ayton off his feet in a hurry to send it back.
Passes it to Rubio. And the layup falls. Rubio's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Doris, I still think back to that game where Booker put up 70 points. I mean, wow, unbelievable.
Yeah, when Devin Booker starts to cook, he can get as hot as any player in the league. The one thing you want from Devin is consistency on both ends of the floor from game to game. That's how you go from good to great.
Paul, right side. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. Now it's a 5-point Oklahoma City lead. Suns have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. The drive by Booker. It's good. Booker's got 9 points.
Boy, this guy's operating like a 10-year vet. Booker making all the right decisions almost immediately.
And Adams kicks to Paul. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. No good on the triple. Suns have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Here's Johnson, banked in off the glass. Johnson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Quick job of getting up the floor and creating early offense.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Now here's Paul. He has 7. That one drops for him. He's got 9.
Yeah, he's like a magician out there. Paul shows you only what he wants you to see. Then he hits you with the reveal.
Rubio outside. He kicks it to Bridges. To the middle. Here's Johnson. And it's good. The time running down in the shot clock.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Paul passes to Adams. Quick shot there, and it's off target.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Well, you look at the Suns going forward. They have got to believe a big part of the puzzle is DeAndre Ayton. This guy was the #1 overall pick in last year's draft.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
It's still close, though. These teams have been neck and neck. Let's see the response here.
Doris Ayton, a terrific rebounder. He can score in the paint. And, of course, he is still improving.
Yeah, what you like about DeAndre Ayton, Kev, is he doesn't just rely on his God-given talent. This guy knows he needs to be more consistent with the jumper, improve his overall defensive awareness, but this guy is willing to put in the work to become a complete and great NBA player.
Here's Jerome. Back to Carter. Over Paul. And it's Carter missing. Oklahoma City's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. The drive by Schroeder to the paint. Ferguson misses.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And not a season, Doris, that pops off the stat sheet, but a strong rookie campaign for Mikal Bridges.
You simply can't ignore the defense he brings for this team. Very refined for his experience level. Teams would love to see him grow into a third option on the offensive end with this roster. Let's see if that happens.
And the Thunder making a change here. Noel's checked in. Here's Ferguson. Schroeder with the ball. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Schroeder's got his second basket of the game.
This is Schroeder at his best, putting that blinding speed to great advantage.
Third quarter here and 5 lead changes so far.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. The Suns on top. They lead by 1. 2K Sports back to Phoenix after this. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And how about the big fella here showing us he's got some point guard skill here with the tremendous setup.
I'll tell you, in today's game, you want skill and decision-making at every position.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the fourth quarter in what is still anybody's ball game. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. They've got Diallo. Noel is out there with Mike Muscala. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Ferguson in at the 3. And it's Carter missing.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that.
They get it back. Saric, he feeds it to Carter, and stolen by Noel. Schroeder kicks to Diallo. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. And for the Thunder, one of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
Booker, he's checked in for the Suns. Carter drives in. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
Kicks it out to Schroeder from about 19 feet. And Baines pulls it down. Suns have gotten off to a rough start in the fourth quarter, going 0 for 4 so far. Booker the pass to Baines. And he uses the glass on the layup. Baines has got the lead up to 2 now for the Suns.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
Well, you have to appreciate the defensive battle for sure. Both squads struggling on the offensive end. We call this grit and grind.
Now here is Carter. Tipped away. Booker outside. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off his shot. 24-second violation.
Boy, not on the same page there. And in a possession ball game, that's a big mistake.
Ricky Rubio checked in for Carter. Then for the Thunder, Alinari comes in for Mike Muscala. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander subbed in for Ferguson. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Alinari left side. And Noel kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. And they take the lead.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
Well, you've got to earn trust and equity by making shots. Nice delivery there.
Here's Baines. And that'll be 2 for... And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Shot good by Diallo. Guys, what a game. 8 lead changes here.
And don't be surprised if it comes down to the last possession.
Booker looking around. Charity stripe shot. Again, Phoenix.
Devin Booker with the big shot. He may be young, but he's got big-time game.
And there's a whistle. That goes on Mikal Bridges. That'll be his second foul of the game. Andre Ayton's checked in for the Suns. Out of bounds, it'll go to the Suns.
How big might this sort of mistake play out? You never know, but sometimes these are game changers.
1:41 left to play here in the fourth. Here's Rubio. That one a little long. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Boy, when it's this close, you try not to give up these kinds of buckets. Boy, you got to do better defensively.
We've got 1:23 left in the fourth quarter. Some nice ball movement here by the Suns. Here's Bridges. Nice shot from 10 feet out. Boy, right down to the wire here. Still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, and after all the energy both sides have expended, both teams still hungry for the win.
He drops the first one, and that ties the game up.
And the future Hall of Famer continues to get it done. Paul is a special point guard who just wants to win.
This guy has a reputation for being a great free throw shooter, and you've got to knock him down. He does it here.
Now, here's Rubio. He dishes it to Bridges. Johnson. It falls.
Just focusing on the task at hand. That's all you can do.
Boy, the tide is running one way and then shifts back in the other direction. I've lost count of how many lead changes we've had here tonight.
And they had a foul to give, but you want to use it on the ground.
You know, sometimes we bemoan the lack of physicality in the league these days. That is not something that applies to Mr. Steven Adams.
They'll be trying to take as much time off the clock as they can.
Exactly. Expect to see longer possessions from this point on.
Rubio misses. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. The feed to Gallinari. Pass to Adams. Sweet move. Good.
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
And Greg, to me, more often than not, when you attack, good things happen.
Rubio dishes to Booker. Kicks it to Ayton. Johnson for three. Got it to fall! It went down! He got it to fall!
He did it!
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up.
to go with the Lakers. It's on, Alexis.
The Timberwolves were all business as they came through. To talk about this, David, some new ground certainly to look at. Thank you. We're going to break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You look at the Thunder. They've done well enough to be in 5th place in the conference so far. And checking out Minnesota, they're much further down in the standings right now.
And when I look at Oklahoma City, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
You know, I thought maybe they'd have it in them to actually join those leaders this season. But you're right, it's still nice work considering where they are.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Chris Paul is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. And it's Dort in at the 3, the small forward. And for Minnesota, D'Angelo Russell out there with Beasley. Then there's Towns. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the 4. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go.
Well, you know, sometimes I think we just take for granted how outstanding a passer Chris Paul is nowadays. I mean, this guy's averaged just under 10 assists a game for his career. Really one of the best point guards to play the position.
Here's Paul after the made shot from Karl Anthony Towns.
Boy, I'm absolutely shocked he didn't get that one to go. Usually he's money from deep.
Beasley for 3. Gallinari with the rebound. Oklahoma City's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And we are talking about Chris Paul and his assist totals. His career numbers, Clark, are among the elite.
Yeah, they are. And it's clear he's been outstanding for a long time. But he admits that he doesn't think he'll catch the record of John Stockton. But if he can stay healthy for a few more seasons, there's a really good chance he could end up in the top 5 all-time in assists.
Beasley, the pass to Hernan Gomez. And he makes that one. Hernan Gomez has got his second bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Now here's Paul. He's coming off a 28-point game against Utah.
And we have to mention his rebounding. It wasn't all about the offense. He battled his tail off down low.
Clock is at 3 and stolen by Russell. And here we go. Fast break. Towns has got it. And there's another one for the Timberwolves.
You know, you're going to have success when you can start out shooting 80% from the game. So early offensively, they've been great. That's the way you like to start.
Bangs home the trifecta. Paul's got 5 now.
He's looking confident right from the opening tip.
Russell passes to Towns. Hernan Gomez kicks to Towns. Beasley dishes to Russell. Back to Beasley. From deep. Doesn't go that time. Now Oklahoma City takes it the other way. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz. Hernan Gomez against Gallinari. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Adams. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. And the layup's good off the glass. Clark, what would your dream backcourt look like? If you were going to design one, what would it look like?
Well, they'd have good size and athleticism, somewhere in that 6'3" to 6'6" range, and the ability to make plays for themselves and others, and also be very solid at the defensive end. You know, you think about some guys that fit that bill. I look at a guy like Malcolm Brogdon, who really gives it to you in multiple ways as a backcourt player. And I like the scoring of Damian Lillard.
Agreed. And stolen by Russell. And Towns gets it to go. 6 points for him.
Well, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
And you know what? They're going to keep using him. I mean, he'll be the centerpiece of their offense today. You can bank on that.
Now here's Schroeder, and slam dunk by Noel.
Simply got to love the way Noel finishes his dunks. I mean, so strong around the cup.
Now, here is Russell. He's coming off a 28-point game against Houston.
And equally spent as much energy on his D. I mean, 4 steals kind of tell the story.
Gallinari finds Noel. From 13, again, the Thunder score.
Well, there's nothing like being unselfish as a player, and Noel was outstanding in that regard. Reading the entire floor and finding his guys for high percentage shots.
7-second difference, shot and game clock. Here's Johnson. Here's Towns, and the rejection by Noel. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander. With an average of around 19.5 points a game, his scoring has been a constant for them. Here's Towns, and he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. A good, close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Thunder out in front. One of the most high-powered scorers in the game, Karl Anthony Towns.
You know, everyone has to get some of the sugar.
Well, when you're attracting, Greg, all that defensive attention, it creates opportunities for your teammates.
And Towns wants to win big. To do that, though, it's not enough to get numbers. You've got to make your teammates better as well.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And when you consider how the Thunder are doing, guys, what do you think?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, you know, I agree. No warm-up needed. They came in on fire and have already built a nice lead.
So the Thunder 5 right now. Ferguson out there with Mike Muscala. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And there's Nerlens Noel. And it's Diallo in at the 2 spot.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
Nobody near Schroeder. Connects from 3-point range. Schroeder's got the lead up to 4 now for the Thunder.
That's the kind of D that you're not going to find success with, guys. They've got to get a hand in the face.
Johnson attacking. Plays it up and banks it in.
I'm not sure who was supposed to be on him that possession. I mean, apparently neither did the defenders. And one thing the Wolves have done well over the past few seasons, taking care of the ball.
Yeah, you know, they squeeze it well. Low turnovers can be a double-edged sword, though. If you don't make many mistakes, maybe you're not being aggressive enough.
Lots of room. Muscala misses.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, D'Angelo Russell was traded from the Lakers and, in his words, was kicked on the way out. He's become an all-star in Brooklyn. Russell said, "It's a heck of an accomplishment. That respect from your peers, your coaches, other teams, it's a great feeling." Kevin, given how it started for him in L.A., many remain shocked by Russell's rapid ascent.
Coming into his own, you're right, David. Thank you. Diallo the pass to Noel. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Beasley.
And you can see the surge in his level of confidence lately just by looking at that true shooting percentage. It's been moving straight up in the past 5 games. I think he's feeling it.
Andre Robertson, he's checked in for the Thunder. Chris Paul comes in for Dennis Schroeder. Pass to Culver. Fires from deep. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Now here's Noel. He's covered closely. This one for 3. They get it back. Great positioning on the putback.
Oh, big time putback there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder.
And night in and night out, that's what he provides.
Hernan Gomez, no good. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 2 of 6 from the field in the second quarter so far. And Noel kicks to Paul. Jacks up a 3. Hernan Gomez grabs the miss.
He hasn't made any threes this quarter after sinking just the one in the first.
Well, it's a short list of point guards who are elite defenders, Clark, but Chris Paul is certainly on that list.
Well, you think about Chris Paul. In his younger days, Kevin, he was an absolute terror defensively. He could lock up any guard in the league. And even at his current age, as he's gotten older, he's still pretty stiff on the defensive end.
Muscala, the pass to Paul. Shoots over Colton. No good with the wing jumper.
Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
That's tipped. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Noel, kicks to Paul. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
I can't figure out, guys, what's going on with him this quarter. I mean, he hasn't gotten one shot to drop.
Shot's good by Hernan Gomez.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Paul looking over the floor. Paul is doubled. Noel wide open. He fires. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Down low, here's Hernan Gomez. The shot, no good. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. Paul's shot is off. And here are the Timberwolves. They're on a 12-4 run. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And good, and it takes a nice bounce off the right iron and down. Paul's got his third basket of the night. Here's Lehman. Off target from outside. And some good action through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Timberwolves lead by 2. All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter soon to follow.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again. It was a closely contested first quarter for Minnesota. They did jump out to a lead in the... And that...
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Like the level of nuance and the footwork that keeps evolving every few years. Talk about the changes that you have seen from the time you've played to the exquisite footwork we see now.
Well, you know, some of my peers would say that these guys are being allowed to walk and have it talked about as good footwork. So you work with Reggie and other guys, and I hear them all the time saying guys are getting away with carrying the ball and so forth. But the footwork is pretty good. I mean, when you think about it, the step-back three-point shot, the ability to make plays off the dribble, all attributed to footwork. I think it's just an evolution of the game. As players see more and more of excellent work on the court, they're able to emulate it a lot sooner and a lot better.
Beasley is out there with Russell. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Okogie in at the 3 spot. That's the group starting the second half for Ryan Saunders. Russell count the basket. Russell's got the lead up to 5 now for the Timberwolves.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Obviously, a mix-up defensively on that possession.
Passes it to Beasley. Here's Hernan Gomez. That shot missing. Some solid defense from Gallinari. Beasley with the steal. It's tipped. Ball against Beasley. Gallinari on the wing. Here's Dort. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Back to Paul. 6 to shoot. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Puts it up from 17. A rebound by the Timberwolves. The pass to Beasley. Finished off the break. Beasley's got his first basket of the night.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And you know you're going to get those buckets, guys, when you're quick to get out on the break. Get that ball up the court as fast as you can. What a sweet assist by CP3.
Okogie, the pass to Hernan Gomez. Outside, Towns. Off target with his three.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
Here's Adams, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And it's now only a 1-point Timberwolves lead.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Russell passes to Okogie. Russell inside, defended by Paul. And Russell gets it to go.
And the young Timberwolves head coach, Ryan Saunders, son of former Minnesota coach Flip Saunders, about as great of a pedigree you could ask for as a young coach.
Well, guys, you've heard me talk about the DNA when it relates to players. It's the same with coaches. I mean, Ryan has grown up seeing his dad coach at a high level, the late Flip Saunders, one of our favorites in the business. He spent his whole life around basketball, so he has a great way with players and a real good understanding of the game to a modern-day approach for a young coach.
And D'Angelo Russell picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Johnson, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Then for the Thunder, Diallo comes in for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Paul. Adams finds Diallo. Russell against Schroeder, 5 to shoot. Adams trying to free himself up. Count that one. And the Timberwolves lead has been cut down to 3 on the bucket from Schroeder. Okogie, the pass to Johnson. On its way from Beasley for 2. Dort grabs the miss.
And it's just one of those days, guys. He has just struggled to shoot the basketball.
Russell against Schroeder. Greg last season, Dennis Schroeder transitioning to more of a 6-man role with the Thunder.
And for his first go at that role, I thought Schroeder looked really good. He's always been able to score and create, and coming off the bench might be the best spot for him.
The Timberwolves have gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Dishes to Culver. Ball's knocked loose. Here's Layman. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Culver with it. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Timberwolves lead by 3.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Robertson kicks to Noel. Reed with the rebound. We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. The Timberwolves on top, leading by 3. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And with these teams locked in a very close contest, this fourth quarter promises to be a good one. Okay, now let's reset our lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for this fourth quarter. So for Oklahoma City right now, they've got Nerlens Noel, Diallo out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then it's Mike Muscala, and it's Robertson in at the small forward. Here's Schroeder. That one rolling around and rims out. Timberwolves leading by 3. Johnson inside. He's covered by Muscala. Yep, that one goes in there.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end.
Here's Diallo. An easy 2 points on the layup. Diallo's got his first points in this one.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
Well, you don't want to give him any open shots at this stage. Never mind a layup. Come on now. My goodness.
Here's Schroeder. That one good for 2. And here's Culver. First minute and a half of basketball played here in the fourth quarter. To the middle. And he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. It's good from long range. Now it's a 6-point Timberwolves lead.
Yeah, how about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
Greg, no question about it. They found a nice rhythm from deep.
The Timberwolves have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Johnson, the pass to Layman. Goes back up. Back to Johnson. A second chance effort. And it's off the back rim. No good. Thunder trailing by 6. Here's Diallo. Banked in off the glass. Diallo's got 4 points in the quarter. The Timberwolves shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Pass to Culver. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. Layman pass to Reed. Clock at 6. Baseline J on the way. Good on the jump shot. Reed's got the lead up to 6 now for the Timberwolves. Pass to Muscala. Slammed home and he draws the foul. And here we go. A coach's challenge has been initiated. We'll have to now review the personal foul in question.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Passes to Dort. Here's Paul, and it's sent back by Russell.
Well, I tell you what, his teammates love seeing this. So do I. I mean, when Russell was able to block a shot, that's a big bonus.
From downtown, the Thunder pull it in. Adams has got his 5th rebound in this one. Paul with the 3. Connects from 3-point range.
This is when some players pull in and tighten up a bit, but if you're talking about CP3, this is when it becomes fun for him.
The pass to Okogie. Johnson down low. Gallinari on him. Johnson can't get it to go.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Feeds it to Adams. Count!
Oh, you just love seeing a player with absolutely no fear.
Cool, calm, collected, and confident in the biggest moment of the game. Yes.
Here's Russell with the 3. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Adams, the pass to Dort. Adams. Yes!
And that was so clutch. I mean, they're in front by the slimmest of margins, in need of a stop right here.
Now, here is Russell. Takes the 13-footer. Can't cash in. So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really an accomplishment.
able to step back, throw that shot up, I don't miss often. No look, I had to boss up, get the post up when it's OT, when I'm home.
And about ready to get underway at the Chesapeake Energy Arena in Oklahoma City. The Pacers.
The 2K Sports pregame show.
It's NBA basketball on 2K. And now a chance to take a look at some numbers for Brogdon.
He hasn't been as sharp in the past 10 games as we're used to. It shows in his passing. The assist numbers down. Even the simple passes look tough for him right now. Maybe tonight he can get back on his game.
Let's check out Indiana's starting lineup. Warren and Turner at the 4 and 5. Then there's Victor Oladipo. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. And it's Holiday in at the 2 spot. And for the Thunder, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul. And it's Dort in at the 3 spot. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Gallinari. And that one, good. Brent, talk about the length of the season. Commissioner Silver is also considering proposals to shrink the season. What do you think?
I think it'd be interesting, and I'm not sure financially how the league goes back from an 82-game season and ticket sales and revenue and television and how they kind of unwind what it is they've agreed to. But 70 games to me in terms of the competition, Kevin, in terms of the elevated play of the star players on a nightly basis, the fact that you probably get stars to appear in every game and not be sat out for load management and things like that, I think overall it'd be pretty healthy.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Paul. Off the mark with the little step back, Johnny. And so it's Turner with it. He brings it up for Indiana. And there's the bucket from Victor Oladipo.
Well, Oladipo has good size, one of the bigger guards in the league, weighing 210, and that strength helps out.
Passes it to Gilgeous-Alexander. To the paint. Adams finds Paul. And he's good on the 3 ball.
Nice job catch and shoot there. Chris Paul making it look simple and caught the defense a little bit out of position.
Brogdon outside. Fires for 3. The shot, no good. And the Thunder going the other way now. Here's Paul. It's deflected, and he recovers it. Gallinari passes to Paul. Second shot opportunity, and he hits the jump shot. Paul's got 5.
That's so good off the bounce on that smooth release, establishing that rhythm. That is a good-looking.
There he goes!
You don't want to be jumping on a play like that. No. Wow, he was up there, Kevin. Now, Oladipo has had some highlight dunks in his career. There's another one.
And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Here's Paul. Off target with the open look.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range. And every season, the Thunder continue to be one of the more dominating teams on the glass.
Just wonder how much Steven Adams has been the catalyst for that kind of mentality. We know that offensively he's always in there to grab rebounds, but it's part of what they know is important in any possession is collecting the ball. Unselfish play of Chris Paul there has a knack for knowing when to get his guys when they're wide open.
Brogdon against Paul. Back to Holiday. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, good job to take it right at them.
Indiana shooting their first free throws of the game.
And typically a strength of theirs, 79% on the season.
And the Thunder going with a whole new group out there. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana.
Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
Here's Schroeder. Misses the 3. Pacers leading by 3. And there's the pass to Bitadze. Some nice passing here by Indiana. Here's Holiday. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on Nerlens Noel. Indiana shooting their third and fourth free throw shots of the night. And he makes both free throws. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Schroeder. The shot from the low post is good.
And Schroeder did not even have to think twice about that shot. This young man simply devours these chances inside.
And Holiday kicks to McDermott, and it goes out of bounds. That one's off Holiday. As we get a break in the action, now let's take a look at the East and how the teams are stacking up. You look at the Pacers. If the playoffs started today, they'd hold the number 5 seed. Of course, they're looking to build on that.
Yeah, and seeing where the Pacers are, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
Well, the goal is very defined. They have to have a strong finish to the season and make sure they get home court advantage for at least the first few rounds of the playoffs.
Schroeder, right side. And stolen by McConnell. Oh, and here comes Holiday all alone. And it's slammed in by Holiday.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Here's Schroeder. His three-pointers off the mark. Holiday with it. Misses in close.
He creates such a great opportunity right at the rim, and he just can't get it to go. Even with the defense not really a factor.
Victor Oladipo getting it done for the Indiana Pacers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Right.
Toughest position in the NBA night in.
And CP3, one of the most competitive players in the game.
It's an obsession with him, and you can see how hard he gets after it every time he takes the court.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And let's quickly break down the game, guys, we have seen from Indiana. What do you think?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Just a great job, really, of making the game ugly, trying to muck it up a little bit out there.
In a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. So for Oklahoma City right now, we've got Dennis Schroeder, Ferguson out there with Muscala. Then there's Andre Robertson. And it's Noel in at the pivot, manning the middle. Ferguson. Another shot on the wing, Robertson. The 9-foot shot. Yes, that goes in.
It's clear Robertson just knows his strengths and stays within himself. Good job of recognizing how to score.
No good on the shot, a bit long that time. For Oklahoma City, their last game was a loss to Utah.
And the first few seasons in the NBA, not an easy time for Terrence Ferguson. Young wings have their ups and downs, but the franchise still very much believes in his talent.
And remember when big men shooting threes were as rare as a Sasquatch, and now those big guys are everywhere.
Pass to Bitadze over Noel. Bitadze with the bucket. Bitadze's got 4 points now in the quarter. And it's Schroeder with the ball. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Trailing by 2. There's the dish to Muscala. Oh, and yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Now, here's Robertson. T right on him. Nobody near Schroeder. That doesn't go in. Had a chance, though, to take the lead. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. The Thunder have gone 4 of 6 from the field here in the second. Ferguson for 3. Offensive rebound. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. Noel's got the lead up to 2 now for Oklahoma City.
Oh, man, just beast mode on the glass there. He was not going to be denied on that play.
To the left side wing. Just 5 on the clock. Here's McConnell. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
That's going to be a big morale booster.
And you know what? It could come down to those second chance buckets when it's all said and done today.
Well, especially in a close game, every possession matters.
And it's Schroeder missing.
Now, that's just enough defensive pressure on him to throw off that shot. I bet he gets a good look at it next time and hits it.
It's good on the putback. Bitadze's got 6 in the quarter.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game. There are only a few players in the league who can hit a teammate like that in stride. Beautiful assist.
Here's Sumner, defended by Robertson. McConnell scanning the floor. Shoots. Thunder with the rebound. This game coming after a loss against the Jazz. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Launches a 3. It's tipped, but he stays with it. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Now, here is Muscala. He's guarded closely. The offensive rebound. Here's Noel. Tough sequence there. They just couldn't get it to fall. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Pass to Sampson. Here's Sumner. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Out to the right wing. Sampson, the pass to Sumner. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. And that'll do it for the first half. Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody, welcome. A competitive matchup for Oklahoma City in the first quarter. They did give up a couple baskets. That's all for now. Say goodbye to the folks. Thanks for joining us. Third quarter.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during the half. Victor Oladipo really making a difference here.
Definitely been challenging the defense here early on, not settling for anything outside.
Yeah, you want these kind of nights where you can start to see those openings before they happen.
And on the floor for Nate McMillan starting the second half. Warren and Turner at the 4 and 5. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. Then there's Oladipo. And it's Holiday in at the 2-guard spot. And so it looks like the Pacers will retain possession here. There's a break in the action, so let's now take a look at the teams with the highest field goal shooting percentage. The real stats, the real scores from the real NBA. In third, the Pacers. Fifth on the list, the Thunder.
And here we've got two teams shooting the ball so well on the season, and neither one hesitates to pull the trigger. This is a great matchup.
We talk so much about the stars in this league, Brent. Name some role players who, when they do get hot, they can be terrific.
Well, there's nobody better, and I think he's ripped out a page from Seattle's own Jamal Crawford. There's been nobody better in the last couple of years than what Lou Williams has represented for the Clippers. He's had scoring performances, Kevin, and you've been witness to them courtside, where it's just astounding that he can go and get where he wants to go and make the types of shots that he's been able to do. And this is a revelation because this is 7, 8, 9 years that he's been in the league, and he's doing this with such great impact and, thankfully, rightfully, been rewarded for it.
Paul dishes to Gallinari. Kicks it out to Paul. Paul is doubled. Back to Gallinari. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Gallinari's got his third bucket of the night.
Solid shot from Gallo. He knows he has a mismatch down inside. Sinks the shot.
Here's Warren. Basket good. And the Pacers lead by 1.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
Holiday finds Turner. The kick out to Warren. Back to Brogdon. Passes it to Holiday. Brogdon outside. Shot clock at 6. The shot misses. Some solid defense from Gallinari. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. And Gallinari throws it down.
Love to see Gallo close to the rim. He really finishes nicely with that jam.
And that'll be Indiana as it goes out of bounds. Pacers retain possession.
And that was a risky pass. Fortunate that the D didn't get that one. It was in the air for a long time.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Diallo's checked in. And the Pacers also making a change. Justin Holiday's checked in for Aaron Holiday. That shot is off. Now here's Adams. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Paul kicks to Gallinari. There's the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Paul. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
I've said it time and time again. Chris Paul in the mid-range is pretty much half the time going to be good.
Oladipo misses.
Well, he had the perfect opportunity to finish that one, guys, and just flat out blew it.
Oklahoma City gets a new shot clock. Now here's Diallo. Turner covering. A slam dunk by Diallo.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, guys, one of the things that the NBA has been forward thinking about is always accepting new ideas. And they've got a bunch of them on the table in recent weeks. A mid-season tournament, a postseason play-in tournament, maybe even reducing the 82-game regular season schedule. Now, all of these would be very bold moves, but Commissioner Adam Silver has always demonstrated a willingness to think outside the box. Kevin?
DA, great assessment. Good report. Thank you so much. Here's Paul. Feeds it to Gallinari. The rebound by Turner.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Back to Warren. The kick out to Oladipo.
I mean, that's a tough break for the D. I mean, he took the hit and drew the whistle.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Noel's checked in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Paul. McDermott's checked in for Indiana. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Inside, Diallo makes it off the glass. Diallo's got the lead up to 5 now for the Thunder.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
Brogdon finds Warren. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Adams, the pass to Noel. Here's Diallo. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. Diallo's got 6 here in this quarter.
A heady play there from Schroeder, zipping the pass to the teammate who had the cleanest look on the possession.
And so it's Oklahoma City bringing the quarter to a close with a 7. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Yeah, those are the kind of plays that you want to put on a canvas. Just beautiful basketball.
The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. We've got Diallo. Steven Adams is out there with Noel. Then there's Dennis Schroeder, and it's Gallinari in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Holiday against Schroeder. Over Holiday. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's McDermott. Warren able to finish.
He's a solid rebounder for his position at forward. 6'8". TJ Warren getting inside and being in the right spot.
Schroeder up top, guarded by Holiday. Kicks it out to Schroeder. Looking for Adams. He gets it there. To the inside. Moves back up. Noel passes to Diallo. Goes up with it again. Adams. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds. But they still come up empty. And that's a foul called on Gallinari. That's foul number 2 for him. Fourth quarter still young. Just over a minute play. Holiday attacking to tie it up. And Warren with the lay-in. Warren's got it all tied up now for the Pacers.
Cutting into that deficit now, well within striking distance.
Just much sharper out there. You can see guys getting in tune. It's not about playing harder. Sometimes it's just about playing smarter.
A nice shot by Gallinari.
Nice body control there by Gallo. He gets bodied up a little bit and executes that finish flawlessly.
And Holiday kicks to McDermott. Indiana moving the ball around. Holiday against Schroeder. Back to Holiday. Pass to Holiday to take the lead. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Noel's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. And it's good for 2. And it's a 4-point Thunder lead.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short ones with the game right now in the balance.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander checked in for Oklahoma City. Paul comes in for Dennis Schroeder. Oladipo, he's checked in for the Pacers. Malcolm Brogdon comes in for Justin Holiday. Paul passes to Gallinari. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got 3 assists now in this one.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Paul against Holiday. Pass to Turner. And stolen by Noel. Paul against Holiday. And now we've got the intentional foul.
You're not sure what that was about. I mean, talk about a brain cramp.
So Indiana ends up with a new group on the floor. Paul looking around. Down to 5 on the shot clock. From deep. That one misses. And it's the Pacers taking it the other way. And the foul called on Nerlens Noel. That's foul number 2 for him. Knocked away. Here's McConnell, and he banks in the layup.
How about the inbound pass there? Easy bucket.
The Thunder leading by 4. Here's Noel, and slam dunk by Noel.
What elevation. He's a smaller but still determined big man, and he likes mixing it up with his impressive vert.
Passes it to be touched. And he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle. The coach's challenge has been issued. Post game like this, on the wire, this is what it's for.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replay, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving and how fast the action really is and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle with his team. He's encouraged where they are at this point in the game, but he told his guys things can turn in a blink. What we need to do is execute the rest of the way. So we'll see if they can finish this one off, Kevin.
Here's Adams. Another miss. Boy, they had their chance there, but couldn't get it to go. There's Oladipo. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
Yeah, Victor Oladipo does not mind having the ball in that kind of situation. Outstanding at finding ways to score in the clutch.
And the pass to Paul. Here's Dort. Paul outside. Adams in the corner. Shot clock at 2. Here's Gallinari. Good.
That is world class.
Love seeing that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Guys, a critical time for them in this ballgame.
Yeah, you got to play mistake-free.
And Holiday kicks to Oladipo to tie it up. It counts. A tremendous 3 to tie it up.
A confidence shown from Oladipo. He wants that shot in that moment.
Down low. Here's Adams. It falls. Listen to that.
What is the decibel count in this building?
23 seconds left in the fourth. Now, here's Oladipo. He's tightly guarded. Outside Holiday. Knocked loose. And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Paul passes to Gallinari. Kick out to Adams. Takes the 3. No good. So a close game sees Oklahoma City taking this one. That was a fun night of basketball. In fact,
We've been talking so much NBA 2K21, but we wanted to stop and take a moment to thank you guys for tuning in and joining us for 45 episodes in NBA 2K20.
We've had so much fun connecting with you all over this past season.
So as we put NBA 2K20 to a close, we take a look back at our favorite moments.
And the player introductions are wrapped up. The starting. Welcome to the weekend, everybody. We're going to break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. You take a look at the Thunder. They've done well enough to be in 5th place in the conference so far. And checking out Phoenix. Right now, quite a ways down below.
And when I look at Oklahoma City, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
Yeah, even so, though, I'm sure they're not satisfied just being near the top of the standings. They're going to be looking to make a major push as the season winds down.
And now the opening lineup for Phoenix. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Bridges out there with Johnson. And it's Ayton in at the center position. And for Oklahoma City, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Paul. And it's George in at the 3 spot. And so it's the Suns getting on the board first. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Paul surveying the floor. Pocket 4. And that one, good. What great athleticism with both these teams. I mean, every move so graceful, so skilled. I mean, majestic.
It is, Kevin. There's an explosiveness. There's this speed that is absolutely incredible to watch. Every possession up and down the floor could have the potential highlight reel.
And the basket by Rubio.
Good hard drive by Rubio. He can really turn on the Jets.
Pass to Adams. And stolen by Ayton. And they're moving it up. Here's Booker. That's in, coming off an assist from Rubio. Booker's got 5 now.
Tremendous effort getting the steal, then getting the ball up the court.
It amazes me how quickly you can change ends. You've got to be prepared to sprint the floor.
The vision, the timelessness of Chris Paul's game. For many years, he's made everyone around him better.
Paul against Rubio. He dishes it to Bridges. Baseline jumper, and that one goes long. Here's George, covered by Rubio. Adams against Ayton. Here's George. It's blocked.
That's an encouraging sign for sure. Boy, when DeAndre Ayton is hustling and focused, he can send it back with the best of them.
Good on the bucket.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
And George gets it to go.
There is an imagination, a creativity. This guy's passing drives the offense.
Rubio, the pass to Johnson. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Boy, that's the vision and ability to deliver precise passes. Rubio completely on point.
Greg, for the Phoenix Suns, with a franchise-high 9-year playoff drought, there is pressure on this team to find their way out of that long rebuild.
And their moves on draft night, they raised some eyebrows. They've got some young talent, but can new coach Monty Williams turn them into a winner? Long-suffering Suns fans certainly hope so.
And Doris, hard to find many arenas that have a better home court advantage than Oklahoma City.
Greg, it is the only show in Oklahoma City, and this arena gets loud. The fans come out every game. There is no doubting this is one of the best arenas in the NBA.
The shot's good from Carter.
And hitting the mid-range jumper here, early gives the defense just another thing to think about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
Now here's Schroeder. He had a 27-point outing in their last game against Utah.
Well, Nerlens Noel adding to his offensive repertoire. Soft-looking jumper from the big man.
Here's Jerome. And stolen by Diallo. 1:04 left in the first quarter. Now the pass to Dort. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. And here we go. Saric, the fast break chance.
Well, what I love is the aggressiveness of Dario Saric, making sure he leaves no doubt.
Schroeder dishes to Muscala. Misses that one. He's 0 for 1 from the floor.
Boy, he's at the cup, but that is tremendous defense. Prohibit the lay-in without fouling.
Baines finds Carter. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Schroeder. Thunder trailing by 5. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Diallo. Saric grabs the board. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Suns. Here's Kaminsky. They grab their own miss. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
And it's out of bounds. The Thunder are able to retain possession.
A split second late, but almost came up with a steal there.
Absolutely appreciate the effort, though. He really went after it. So close.
And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here. Here's Schroeder. And so the first quarter is in the books. Sun. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And what stands out to you from the Suns in this one?
Impressive start. They came in with a well-conceived game plan and have executed.
What terrific work at the offensive end. They have built some early momentum here.
And Doris, even though Schroeder changed roles when he was traded from Atlanta to the Thunder, he has embraced his new team.
A lot of people wondered, would Schroeder be willing to go to the bench and accept that role? He proved he was more than capable. And no longer having to act as a leader on a team, I think for Schroeder, he just enjoys going out and competing on a team with high aspirations. It's been a good fit.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. And Phoenix looking who they've got on the floor. Aaron Baines out there with Kaminsky. Then there's Saric. Then there's Carter. And it's Jerome in at the one. And so here is Oklahoma City following the score by Phoenix. And it's Schroeder missing.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Saric attacking, throws it down as the official calls. And here we go, coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Robertson can't hit.
That's the kind of D you need when he's got the ball near the hoop. They were all over.
Phoenix, no good that time either.
Hard to figure out how he doesn't knock that one down. No defender in sight.
Noel passes to Ferguson. He feeds it to Muscala. He's looking for Noel and finds him. It's stolen by Carter. Inside. And it's Saric. That time on the assist by Booker. Saric has got the lead up to 12 now for the Suns. Here's Ferguson, covered by Saric. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. You know, Doris, I know your style of play at Providence was one of aggressiveness, a lot of instinct, a lot of smarts, great skill. But I think you also have an appreciation for the players that are real scrappy on the floor.
What I love, Kevin, are guys who can influence the game without having incredible offensive skill. So a guy like Patrick Beverly, so a little bit undersized, but would you like to have that guy pick you up at 94 feet, be in your grill and in your face like he gives no quarter, he gives no concessions? If he were checking Kevin Harlan, my goodness, you'd have a long night.
That would be a torture chamber. I agree with you. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Robertson. Left side, Adams. Some solid defense from Ayton.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
The Thunder with another miss. Well, it was the Oklahoma City Thunder in their last game, a loss to Utah. From deep, Johnson poked away, out of bounds. Suns ball as Phoenix keeps possession. And let's check out a breakdown. Looking at some stats for Ayton.
And guys, I think he's starting to feel the wear and tear of the season a little bit. That comes across in his rebounding numbers. They've dropped off this month. He needs that second win, and no doubt he'll get it soon.
Diallo, he's checked in for the Thunder. Paul comes in for Robertson. Shot clock at 3. It's deflected. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Off target from three-point range. And there's the foul. It's on Steven Adams. That's his first foul. Phoenix leading by 13. Now Rubio. Here's Johnson. Pass to Ayton. Shoots over Adams.
Well, Steven Adams making his presence felt. This guy on the defensive end can be special. Well, if it's possible for a #1 overall pick to go under the radar, then I think that's what you'd say about DeAndre Ayton last year. Doncic stole the headlines, certainly, but DeAndre Ayton had a big-time start to his career.
And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Suns. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. They get a hand on it. Gilgeous-Alexander with the steal. And now the fast break. Gallinari with the ball. A slam dunk by Diallo.
Want easy looks? Don't allow the defense to set up.
What a beautiful fast break opportunity, and the finish pretty good.
Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. And the numbers that Ayton put up as a rookie, very impressive.
Well, DeAndre Ayton said the lack of attention didn't bother him at all. This guy showed he can be a focal point on both ends, and he's only going to get better with more repetition.
Now here's Paul. No points in the game yet for him. Here's the break. On up the court. Here's Ayton, and Ayton throws it down.
Well, Mr. Ayton decides, why just lay it up when you can finish with authority?
Pass to Diallo. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. A three-pointer off the mark. And it's Phoenix's ball. They're on a 12-3 run. And Ayton throws it down.
Boy, they wasted no time getting the ball up the court. Great decision to push it and make the sharp pass to the rim.
Pass to Gallinari. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in. Paul's got 3 assists tonight. Phoenix leading by 14. Takes the 13-footer. The putback. Gallinari with the rebound.
Well, this has not been a quarter to remember for this guy. He looks completely flustered.
3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Paul dishes to Gallinari. Adams right side. Now here's Diallo. Defended by Bridges. From deep three-point range. And Ayton stays with it. Ayton's got 8. Thanks, David. And we'll be back shortly following halftime to get the third quarter underway.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the 2K. Out in front at the half is Phoenix. They're leading by 16. Kenny, what's your take? And that's a wrap.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. DeAndre Ayton has been sensational.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
I think they've taken their time. They've showed incredible patience. It's a sign of a well-coached ball club.
Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Dort in at the small forward. That's Billy Donovan's 5 as we get going here in the second half. Here is Carter. Gallinari making his last shot. Now here is Carter. And shot on the way. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Gallinari's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And here is Paul. The pass to Dort. It's stolen by Johnson. Here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
And I tell you what, he looks fresh coming out of halftime if that possession's any indication.
Carter, the pass to Jerome. Carter, left side. On the wing. It's hauled in by Adams. Adams has got 4 rebounds in this game. Or as you think about the anchor of this team, Steven Adams just holds it down in the middle.
Oh, Steven Adams does so much, but it all starts on the defensive end with this guy. He takes away so much space on the interior. He is commanding on the backboards. He contests shots. Everything you could hope for, Steven Adams brings. Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
Ayton kicks to Carter. And it's denied. And we're going to have a jump ball. It's tied up there. And here are the Suns now. Jerome passes to Johnson. Here's Jerome, defended by Paul. Jerome, good. Jerome's got his 2nd bucket of the game to go. Paul for 3. And it's Ayton with the rebound. Ayton's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Now Carter, after Mikal Bridges missing on that last 3-pointer. 5 on the clock. Shoots over Gilgeous-Alexander. A nice shot by Carter. Carter's got his 2nd basket of the night.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
As you and I were just talking about this, as more and more players are going public with their trade requests, do you think that's had a negative impact on the game?
Well, Kevin, I certainly think it makes long-term planning for NBA franchises a lot more difficult because contractually we are not seeing them hold true to the particular organization they may have signed that contract with. The reality is this in today's NBA. You've got to be nimble as an organization, and you have got to be attractive to them. And I mean that with great ownership, great leadership, and who are the players currently in your system. You have got to be incredibly nimble to be successful in today's NBA.
I think you're right on. Ricky Rubio checked in for the Suns.
Let's take a look at some numbers for Rubio. Since the All-Star break, he's been unstoppable, averaging about 16 points, 10 assists, and almost 2.5 steals. And you love his anticipation, all those steals. He's always a step ahead, reading plays before they develop.
There's a sneakiness, a craftiness. You think he's not watching, and suddenly he's taking the ball in the other direction.
Now here's Booker. He's got 5. Out to Saric. Pass to Kaminsky. Now Booker. tries it from the top of the key. That one, no good. Got a piece of it. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Roberson's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Well, this is crucial. If Andre Roberson can consistently make shots from deep, boys, wow, his value skyrockets.
Here's Booker. Sinks the 15-footer. Booker's got 7 points.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work. Well, so great when your offense produces a shot that close to the rim. The rest of the work becomes easier.
Here's Rubio. That shot off, and it's Oklahoma City the other way. To the middle. Here's Noel. Hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
And honestly, you hope for more of this from Nerlens Noel moving forward. This guy must develop his interior game.
Booker looking around. From 12 feet out, he gets it in there. Booker's got 4 points in the quarter.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Here's Schroeder. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Well, you have to at least honor the long ball from Dennis Schroeder. He is more than capable from that distance.
For 3, Booker, a shot missing. It doesn't go for him. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. The Suns on top. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard with the pass right on the money.
Greg, he's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. On the court now for the Suns, getting going here in the fourth. Rubio and Booker, they're the backcourt. Frank Kaminsky is out there with Dario Saric, and it's Baines in at the 5, roaming the paint.
Now, this is one of the most talked about international players ever, and I think Rubio just needs to stay healthy and keep working on that shot.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Feeds to Kaminsky. Booker the pass to Rubio. Back to Booker. 4 on the clock. Over Diallo. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
A fadeaway. Muscala misses.
Normally he'll drill that shot, and I'm sure they'll look to find him in that spot again.
No doubt. Very good play call, good execution. Sometimes it just doesn't fall.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Gallinari, he's checked in for Mike Muscala. And Gilgeous-Alexander is subbed in for Terrence Ferguson. And the Suns also making a change. Bridges checks in.
Well, after netting one in the first half, that's the second deep ball to go down for this guy.
To the paint. Here's Noel. Puts the move on. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst. Breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
Booker with no one around. They get it again. Saric. Back to Rubio. He kicks to Bridges. Tries again. Here's Ayton. Back to Rubio. In the corner, it's Bridges. Offline with his three.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots simply have not been there. Nothing seems to be falling.
Here's Dort. Passes it to Paul. Up top, Gilgeous-Alexander. Covered by Sharch. Paul kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. 18 feet out. Good, and Paul gets the assist. Paul's got his 5th assist in this one.
There's no quitting this guy. He just gives you great effort, and he continues to give you great production.
Here's Rubio. And the Suns miss again.
Listen, offensively, they're very comfortable with him taking that shot. It's a good look under very little pressure. He just can't convert.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Covered by Rubio. Paul passes to Dort. Back to Paul. From deep. It's hauled in by the Suns.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Here's Sharch and slams.
Mr. Devin Booker, this guy increasingly becoming such a good passer.
Paul, no one around him. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Ayton, and Ayton stays with it. And the Suns lead by 16.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for the Suns.
You know, their big advantage was points in the paint.
And they found a way to pound the ball inside. And that was working all game long.
And so the hard work and effort paying off tonight, putting another win in the books. That'll be win number 27.
Really a big-time win for these guys. They lost their first 2 games of the year to this team, so they won't be in danger of getting swept when they meet for the 4th time.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for DeAndre Ayton.
Boy, I thought his best work was his pursuit of the basketball. He competed for every rebound, fought for position in the paint, and never stopped working. I love it.
Pass to Gallinari. Kicks to Paul. Here's Dort. Defended by Bridges. Paul against Rubio. Noel wide open. He fires. And a great assist by Paul as that one goes in.
And that's a bang-bang play by Noel, right? Catch the pass and fire it quickly. Really good job.
Here's Booker. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
And once they smelled blood in the water, you could see the killer instinct take over.
And you want to save your best for last. Tonight, they've done that and then some.
So it's the Suns winning easily here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something.
special episode of NBA 2K TV. I'm Alexis Morgan.
And I'm Chris Manning. Special episode because we have reached number 200.
Here's Tatum and
You play 2K
all the time.
You act.
Yep. Oh yeah.
And now you have an album. Anything you can't do?
I can't lose.
And in the locker room, each guy has been going over. Well, it's a terrific attitude. It makes him very tough to handle. David, thank you. And here's a look at some numbers for Beasley.
In the last 5 games, you can see the trend upwards for effective field goal percentage. And it shows you how confident he's playing right now.
And checking out Minnesota's opening lineup, we've got D'Angelo Russell. Also Malik Beasley out there. And it's Towns in at the center, locking down the middle. And for Oklahoma City, Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris Paul. And it's Dort in at the 3 spot. Gilgeous-Alexander, good. Clark, when you have 2 teams that are this athletic, what type of game you think you're going to see?
Well, you know what? Sometimes it can lead to guys trying to do too much. But when it's at its best with this kind of athleticism on display, I think you're going to see a high-octane, fun game.
And so it's Oklahoma City with it. After the basket by Minnesota. Adams. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That one is on Towns.
Yeah, easy call.
Yeah, you can hear the smack all the way over here where we are.
The Thunder shooting their first free throws here tonight. And so Adams nails both of them. And so it's Russell with it. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. Beasley outside. From deep three-point range, it's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. And now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, the fast break chance. No good that time. Excellent D there from Beasley. And it's Towns penetrating. Low block shot on the way. And the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
We know he can score from outside too, but close to the hoop is where Towns makes his living.
Gallinari on the wing. Here's Adams. Goes back up. And that one drops for him.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Now, here is Russell over Paul. Russell, no luck.
Boy, that's a good player missing from point-blank range. That's one you got to convert.
Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Beasley with the steal. And now the Timberwolves on the break. The wide-open shot from Hernan Gomez. From outside, off the mark. Looking at the last game for the Timberwolves, it was a loss to the Rockets. And stolen by Russell. And now the Timberwolves on the break. Towns with the ball. Fires from 18. Thunder with the rebound. Last time they met was in Minnesota, where they beat the Timberwolves.
And in the last face-off against these guys, they enjoyed a huge advantage in free throw percentage.
Yeah, it was really simple. I mean, you look at the numbers, they did a better job of knocking down the free throws.
And that one is good by Beasley.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. And the turnover again by Oklahoma City. Nerlens Noel checks in for the Thunder. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Paul. And a change for the Timberwolves. Johnson's checked in. The pass to Beasley. He dishes it to Johnson. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And, you know, even though in today's game floor spacing is all the rage, the last 5 years the Wolves attempted the fewest threes in the league. And when they did shoot them, they didn't make very many of them.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Muscala, he's checked in for Adams. Terrence Ferguson comes in for Gallinari. And Diallo subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Yep, that one goes. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
And he's able to get it back. 6 on the shot clock. He's got a clear path. The putback, it's good on the putback.
Agile play to get his hand in there and get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
Muscala hits the bucket. And on top of their troubles from rain, the Wolves have also had trouble on the defensive glass.
Yeah, and if you can't rebound and you're not shooting it well, you've got to figure out who you're going to be. Your identity is in question. That's what the Wolves are trying to figure out. Who are we? What do we do well? How do we win? How do we succeed? Get to the next level. They've got to answer that question.
I mean, that can happen to anyone, but it's ugly every time it does.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, embarrassing. He just lost his concentration for a split second, and that's all it took.
Thunder trailing by 7. Pass to Diallo. To the middle. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That one's on Johnson.
Really like the recognition by Noel. Feeling the contact coming and then going right into his shot immediately.
Robertson, he's checked in for Diallo.
Really always a plus to have a big guy stroke it from the line like that. The soft touch on full display.
Noel, defended by Robertson. Johnson outside, shoots the 3. He's now 2 for 3 with that miss. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. Schroeder looking over the floor. And again, no good by Oklahoma City. And that concludes the first. All-star big man Karl Anthony Towns is hungry to match.
I want to be the best player who ever played, and I feel that I could do that. I think I have.
On his coaches, Greg and teammates love hearing that.
And how can you not? I mean, that kind of drive is special. And with his tools and potential, hard to put a ceiling on just how good he can be.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter in this one. And what do you guys think about Minnesota here in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor, all fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. So the Thunder 5 right now. Mike Muscala out there with Noel. Then there's Robertson. Then there's Dennis Schroeder. And it's Ferguson in at the 3. There's the triple. Rebounded by the Timberwolves. Tough loss coming against the Rockets in the last game they played.
Well, I felt like they were never on the same page defensively in that one. Gave up way too many easy shots.
And, you know, that's all about effort, and I'm sure their coach let them have it for the lack thereof.
Here's Layman. He's guarded by Schroeder. Layman pass to Reed. The Timberwolves working the ball around now. Stolen away. And the Thunder pushing it up now. Here's Schroeder. Lays it up off the glass. Schroeder's got his first points of the night.
Every team looking to get easy ones in transition.
I think one of the best ways, guys, to score in transition is that quick hitter after the first burst.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Look, it seems that guards are rebounding now more than ever. What do you make of that trend?
You know what, Kevin? I think it's a function of how the game is played. More and more teams play small ball, where they really don't have a big guy out there or a traditional center out there. You may have guards and wings, and oftentimes your tallest guy might be 6'8". So it makes it important for guards and everybody to rebound the ball. So I think you see more guards getting more rebounds because of teams playing small ball as a function of the three-point shots importance in the game.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the pressure on them.
And the Timberwolves making a change here. Hernan Gomez is checked in. Adams finds Gallinari. Here's Dort. Adams trying to free himself up. Second shot opportunity. Here's Paul. The shot comes out, and it's the Timberwolves taking it the other way. Beasley outside. Here's Hernan Gomez, and they pick up 2. And Gomez has got the lead up to 12 now for the Timberwolves. Oklahoma City's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Here's Adams. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. You think it helps the pace of the game with the NBA recently modifying the shot clock rule that after an offensive rebound, it doesn't go back to 24. It goes now to the new number, 14 seconds.
Well, I really like the rule because you don't have to bring the ball over the half-court line, which is 8 seconds, so it makes sense, and it does speed up the game, in my opinion.
Diallo, he's checked in for Oklahoma City.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
The drive by Paul and the rejection by Towns. Here's Beasley. Got a hand on it. And here's the fast break. Gallinari leading the way. He's all alone. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And you know what? You allow a guy to get right to the rim like that. That's your only option.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup, so I'd agree with you there, Greg. Making it look effortless. Send this guy to the stripe. He's going to cash in more than not.
Here's Adams, and Adams with the slam.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
It's Beasley on the wing. Back to Towns. Up and in, off to an efficient start. 2 for 3 from the field.
You know, for a guy with Towns' size, I mean, to have this level of body control, it's no wonder the contact didn't bother the shot.
Now, here is Gallinari. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against Utah.
And his scoring's going to get most of the attention, but his rebounding also stood out. He did a lot of glass cleaning in that game.
Just 4 to shoot. Paul. Basket counts.
You know, one of the things, Kevin, that makes Chris Paul such a terrific floor general is his ability to run the pick and roll. Whether he passes it or keeps it, he usually always makes the right decision.
Now, here is Russell. He's coming off a 28-point game against Houston.
And he caused major problems with his defense as well. He had 4 steals by the time the game was over. That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Well, turning defense to offense, we talk about it all the time. Try to hit your opponent at the other end before they can set up the defense.
Thunder trailing by 15. Paul with the 3. They get it back. Here's Adams. Towns with the defensive effort.
Well, you know, stopping him is never easy to do, but the defense was strong there.
Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. There's Gallinari with the 3. Oh, he nails it just in time.
One eye on the...
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. It was a closely contested first quarter for Minnesota. At the end of one, they were able to... And that...
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. One guy who's getting it done is Malik Beasley.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
And you know what? I'll be interested to see just how much he's got left in the tank. That first half had to take a lot out of.
Checking out the group now for Ryan Saunders to start the second half. Beasley is out there with Russell. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Hernan Gomez in at the power forward.
And how about the read on that play right there? Great sense of exactly when that ball was coming from the outside.
Outside, Russell. And there's the feed to Towns. Oh, that was terrific.
My goodness. Towns with the creativity and explosiveness.
Paul for three. Oklahoma City gets it back. Bounce pass from Gilgeous-Alexander. From the arc, Adams. And it's Adams on the follow. Adams has got 8 points.
Boy, fighting to keep that play alive. Beautiful tip in there.
Russell passes to Okogie. And here is Hernan Gomez. Banked in off the glass. Hernan Gomez has got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
It's a great move, and he catches the defense completely off guard.
Yeah, if that's a harbinger of things to come, he's looking at having a very big second half. Far from an ideal start here. I mean, this half just 1 for 4 so far.
Here's Towns. And the shot is long. And so it's Paul with it, bringing it up for Oklahoma City. They trail by 14.
Boy, you got to give a lot of credit to Josh Okogie. I mean, he was the 20th pick in the 2018 draft and really well ahead of the curve as a rookie, and even saw starter minutes later on in the season. Well, that's a great get for them.
Man showing some terrific range. And it's 7 points for D'Angelo Russell.
That's 3 of 4 here to start the half.
Left side Adams. Towns with the steal. One-on-one fast break. And he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a 3-point play chance here for him. And meteoric rises not uncommon for Okogie.
Yeah, and Okogie's done a really nice job kind of turning the impression of him around, because he wasn't highly touted in college, but I tell you what, he's proven to be an impact player because of how he can defend and shoot.
And Oklahoma City going with a whole new group out there. Now here's Schroeder. Noel. Schroeder finds Noel, and Schroeder stays with it.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there.
And great instincts, too, guys, anticipating where the miss was going.
Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Well, I agree with you. 4 of their last 5 baskets have been exactly of that variety.
Johnson, he's checked in for Minnesota. That one falls.
Hey, just give Noel the rock in the post, and he knows what to do from there. Excellent presence in the low post.
Now, here's Culver. He's guarded by Schroeder. Timberwolves passing it around. It's deflected and stolen by Noel. Here's Ferguson, and it's good. 2 points. Ferguson's got his first 2 points of the night.
Well, there's nothing like being unselfish as a player, and Noel was outstanding in that regard. Reading the entire floor and finding his guys for high percentage shots.
Ferguson, it's good.
And they're showing much more focus here in the second half. More effort as well, and their offense starting to show signs of life.
Johnson outside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. This is his second trip to the free throw line. And that one misses.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. Diallo, he's checked in for the Thunder. And a change for the Timberwolves. Beasley's checked in, inside, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board, and I don't mean style points.
Hey, I thought there was some style there, guys. What are you guys looking at? I mean, it was still a pretty sweet, flavorful one-hand flush.
Thunder trailing by 11. Schroeder with the ball. He kicks it to Robertson, and there's the whistle. 3-second violation. It's getting late in the season. Let's see how the standings are out west. You take a look at the Thunder. If the playoffs started today, they'd hold the number 5 seed. Of course, they're looking to build on that. And, of course, the Timberwolves. Quite a few spots down the ladder right now.
And, you know, for the Thunder, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed. And that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
And they need to stay focused. I mean, they have have to ensure they hang on to a high seed. It's imperative for them.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Gilgeous Alexander's checked in. 35 seconds left in the third. Here's Noel. Oh, that's blocked. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Schroeder. For the three. Diallo, no good. Minnesota leading by 13. Right wing. Passes it to Reed. Second chance shot, and that's 2 points on the layup.
Boy, you can't give him any room to maneuver on the board, because once he does, he's going to make you pay.
With one on the clock. Go!
Count it!
At the buzzer!
One eye on the rim, one eye on the clock.
And so it's Minnesota looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. And we'll see if they can keep up their tremendous shooting they've been dialed in so far from the field. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. Gallinari and Adams, the combo out front. Paul out there with Gilgeous Alexander. And it's Diallo in at the small forward position. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. And there's the pass to Adams. Now here's Diallo, defended by Towns. Here's Gilgeous Alexander. Now here's Diallo. Defense right on him. Shot clock at 5. And the rejection by Towns. Offensive rebound. Adams tries yet again. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
There wasn't much defensive resistance there, guys, but somehow he blew it anyway. Missed opportunity.
Russell high post. Okogie, the pass to Towns. The three. Gilgeous Alexander pulls it in.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Here's Adams. It's tipped. Gilgeous Alexander with the steal. And they're pushing it up. Gallinari finds Diallo. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it. Mark, there are a lot of great playmakers in this NBA that sometimes we don't talk about or under the radar.
Yeah, there are. Again, there's so many outstanding players in a league of 30 teams, but you know, Drew Holiday has been outstanding as a big playmaking guard, as good scoring the ball as he is playmaking. Draymond Green, not a guard, but makes decisions and passes the ball like a high-level guard and is extremely valuable in that Warriors attack. Those two guys are a little bit undervalued for their ability to make their teammates better.
Good point. And that's a foul called on Shai Gilgeous Alexander. That's his first foul. Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. Here's Spellman, and Adams sends it back. And Jarrett Culver gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game. So it's the Thunder now. It's a 13-point game. Left side, Adams. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
Clearly a foul. I mean, didn't give him any choice but to blow the whistle. I mean, you got to play without fouling.
Minnesota leading by 12. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. Fires the three. The Timberwolves again can't hit. Here's Adams. Second chance effort. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And that's a double-double for him now. 11 points and 10 rebounds. We've got 1:55 left in the fourth quarter. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And how about the attitude Culver's playing with right now, doing his best to make things happen on that drive.
And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Timberwolves.
the activity level defensively, I've really been impressed with. There's been an attack mode on the defensive end.
Yeah, I think you also have to give them a lot of credit for how well they've risen up to meet shooters, to challenge shots in this game. A lot of block shots tonight.
There you go. Relentless pursuit of the ball. I love it. He never stopped working.
Evans passes to Spellman. Some solid defense from Gallinari. And so it's Paul bringing it up for Oklahoma City. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. And Jared Culver gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him. Oklahoma City moving it around. Kicks it to Paul. Launches it. Offensive rebound. Adams. From deep. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Minnesota leading by 9. Ron Gomez down low. Gallinari on him. Shots good by Hernan Gomez.
And it looks like just playing the last bit of this one out in what should be a nice win here for the Timberwolves.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Great timing, anticipation. They got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum of this game.
And a milestone win for the season. This will push their victory total to 20 wins even.
And they will avert a season series sweep. They showed big heart to finally put a win up on the board, but still ending the year with a record of 1-3 against the Thunder.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Beasley.
Every inch of the floor was his tonight as he came out and injected an energy into every play.
Evans right side. 6 to shoot over Paul. And it's Evans missing. Here's Dort. And a miss there on the triple. Here's Spellman. It counts.
They just blocked out the noise, kept on grinding, and this is their reward.
Boy, a fantastic performance. And I tell you something, I mean, you get rolled.
All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony,